I'm just having a quick blow on my nose before we start. Not quick enough, though. Very good morning to you. It's Pinch and the Punch. It's Friday, the 1st of March, 2019. Good morning and welcome to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from the leafy borough of Bracknell here in Berkshire, and what is supposed to be the meteorological first day of spring. That's what he said. I don't know. I said that the other day. I don't know what the difference is between the meteorological first day of spring and something else, which is straight. I don't know what the other thing is. But apparently that's what it is today. I have my spring backdrop standing by to be installed. Hopefully before tomorrow morning's show. This is the last time you'll see our beautiful winter backdrop this morning, okay? And of course, being a new day of the month, we have our new Barry Manilow picture up. The March picture of the Barry Manilow in that wonderful sparkling red jacket. I wouldn't mind one of those. I wonder if he got that at the same place I get mine. Mine is, this is actually an expensive one I've got on today, but those colourful ones I wear usually work out for about 20 quid or something like that. It's not too bad at all, is it? Well, another one of my friends was in hospital yesterday, so I went up to see him just up the road from me here, actually, at the Royal Berkshire Hospital. Him and his mates had been in London, I think on the Wednesday night. Yeah, I think it was Wednesday night. Was it Wednesday? Let me see. What was yesterday? Thursday. Yeah. Him and his mates had been, a couple of his mates has been up in London on Wednesday night and then decided, for some strange reason, to leave the centre of London to go to a pub, in all places, Reading. I mean, Reading, it's not far off Croydon, to be honest, Reading. You know, in the sort of places that you might want to be. Do you see what I mean? Why anyone would want to leave the centre of London to go for a night out to somewhere in Reading is beyond me. But anyway, they decided to do this. Now, they were already quite drunk, okay? So there we are. They're going to Reading. They've obviously got off the train or whatever it was like that. And he's fallen over. Dislocated his shoulder. Ended up at the Royal Berkshire Hospital. Now, when I got up on Thursday morning, doing my phone checking, I noticed there was a missed call, you know, at like something like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Anyway, I rung it back and he answered, "Oh, I'm in the Royal Berkshire." And he sounded completely off his head. Well, he had been. He was off his head because he'd been to casualty and they'd given him some of that laughing gas, you know, to take away the pain, I suppose. So I went up to see him yesterday morning and he was he'd been taken to the hospital ward. First of all, honestly, car parking at that hospital, what a joke that is. They've got a small multi-storey car park. So many, I think it's 3 levels. 1, 2, 3. There's 6 levels, but we're only allowed in the first 3. Round and round you go. Oh, my Lord. It even occurred to me, it's very bad to do this, it even occurred to me to go in an empty disabled bay, but I didn't. It nearly occurred for me to do that, and I'll just take the fine and park it. I'm fed up with this. Round and 20 minutes I was going around this car park, up and down, and of course, you know, and there'd be a car in front of you, so you know, if a car had pulled out, you wouldn't get it, it'd go to the next car in front of you. Round and round, and eventually I thought, oh, this is just a joke. I'm just going to go outside, park on a blooming yellow line and take the fine and be done with it. And then a car pulled out. A similar thing happened to me at the Royal Free in Hampstead the other day. Do you remember? I'd parked in a residence bar, I'll just take the fine, and the car pulled out there. How lucky am I? So I've parked in this space, gone for the hospital, trying to find him. Oh, what a maze that is. It's impossible to find your way around in that hospital without actually asking a very helpful nurse or a member of the staff as you're walking around. I've come out of the lift, out of one of the lifts, and I'm swearing to myself. You know, swearing. And you're right, mate. Where are you looking for? People are very helpful, aren't they? So he pointed me. The trouble is, I don't retain information in my head for very long. And it's all very well saying, yeah, you just go down there, turn left. Okay, I'll remember that. Turn right, I'll remember that. Anything further than that, it's gone. I cannot retain long instructions in in my head for more than a few moments. So then you have to ask someone else, oh, what, for miles and miles trying to fly in this ward? broken bones ward or whatever it was called. Trevellis, something like that it was. I had to write it down. Write it down, this thing. I took this bit while I was in casualty looking for him, you see. While I was standing in casualty waiting to go to the front desk, I got a text telling me that he'd gone to the ward. Okay, so I went to the... Oh, he's gone to the ward. Can you tell me where this is? So she said it. And it was a name that you wouldn't remember. Trevellis or something like that it was. So I picked up a piece of yellow paper which said time. I said, could you write it on there? She says, oh, you're supposed to, that's the form that you're supposed to fill out to tell everyone if you're happy with us or not. I said, well, I'll take another one with me. Just please write it down, dear. So she's right this. I'm traipsing through this hospital and then suddenly realised there was a north wing and a south wing and I was in the wrong wing. Oh, God, the walk we had to do, dear. Or the walk I had to do. Anyway, found him eventually and he's sitting there in the hospital bed. Because he's had the funny gas, hasn't he? Is it? All right, Chris. How are you? Oh, thanks very much for coming, mate. I really appreciate that. And his eyes are rolling back in his head. I thought, what a wonderful state to be in. I remember that pethidone injection or whatever it is when I had a burst appendix. Wonderful, dear. Highly recommended if you're ill to get one of those. So he wanted to go outside and have a cigarette. Honestly, before they were about to do something, they'd already tried to stick this shoulder back in his socket 4 times in the casualty and weren't having any luck. So they're going to have to do a minor, I suppose, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but some sort of little operation in the theatre. And I did ask if I could go in and film it. I think it would make a good video, but they weren't having any of that for some reason. I don't know why. So he wanted to go and have a cigarette. He said, he said to this nurse, lovely lady, I think she was Irish, nice, and she was sort of round here, sort of, I would say, mid-40s, something like that. And he said, oh, can we go? Is it all right if my mate takes us to get some fresh air? I knew he wanted a cigarette. She said, yes, okay, it's just down there, she said. And she looked at him and she said, is it fresh air or are you going for a cigarette? He said, oh, no, it's fresh air. And then she looked at me, I said, cigarette. She said, all right. She said, well, it's up to you. She said, I can only tell you, but if you go out there and smoke, you will feel really sick afterwards. Apparently something to do with the gas that he's already had, you see. No, that's all right. I'll do my best not to smoke, he said. Okay? I thought, well, that's a load of old twaddle. He'll be smoking the moment he gets outside that door. It's only 28. Smoking at 28! I told him this is a golden opportunity to give up. I used to smoke years ago. I gave up about 28, 29 years ago now when I left London to come out and live here in Berkshire. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going through this, and of course we got lost. Got lost again. How do you get out of this place? We're in here for evermore. There's no real signs in there. It's not signed at all well in that particular hospital. This is the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading. And again, we're travelling for miles. We've got in this lift. We've gone downstairs. It must be the bottom level. You would assume it was the bottom level. And we're looking, this don't look right. Can't see any exits here at all. And then a bloke came out. He said, you lost? I said, yeah. I said, we're trying to get out. He said, oh, you need to go back up 2 floors. Oh, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? So we went back up 2 floors. And then we found it. Outside we went. As soon as we're outside, he starts smoking. And in his pocket, out comes a small bottle of Old English rum. I said, what's that for? He said, I don't even want to look at that. I said, well, give us it here. I'll look at it. It's in my car at the moment. Yeah, I might have a little drink on the way to work tonight. So I've got this little bottle of the spirits in the car now. I'm looking after for him. And he smoked his cigarette. And as we're going back through, guess what? Because, I feel really sick now. So he's going in the hospital, back in the hospital bed with great difficulty because of his arm is strapped up like that. Must be very painful to have a dislocation, mustn't it? Got him in the bed, and then he asked for the nurse for anti-sickness tablets. Because he just had a cigarette, that's why. But and that's it. There, I stayed with him till about 1 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, I went to my mate's house, who's just come out of hospital himself, as you well know, with bad lungs and infections on his lungs. And I went over to the chip shop there. Nice chip shop, but I haven't been for a while, to be honest. And I ordered 2 portions of chips. Now, if you're up north, prepare to be shocked and amazed by this, right? So I'll have 2 portions of chips, please. I'll make it large portions. We'll have large portions. Okay, so he's done that. £5.40. £5.40 for 2 portions of... And when you say large chips, okay, these are the chips, these are the size portions of the chips that we used to get as kids, as a normal size. Now it's called large. Why is it called large? Because you can add 50 pence onto the title. That's why, dear. 2 large chips, £2.70 for a large portion of chips. God, if I told them that up in Skegness, they'd faint. £5.40 for 2 bags of chips. Disgusting. This is in Bracknell. I can't remember the name of the place now, but it's in East Hampstead, near the vets. There's a vet's and a doctor's surgery, actually quite close to each other. When you see some people going in the doctors over there, dear, I must say to myself, are you going in the right place? The veterinary surgery is over there, my love. I'd probably end up going to veterinary surgery. They get it done a lot quicker in there than some of the doctors, aren't they? It costs a fortune to go in a vet's. Talking of dislocating shoulders and things, one of my great nieces, that happened, used to happen to her very, very easily. You couldn't pick her up by the arms. I always felt a bit sorry for her, really, because great nephew George and great niece Evie and great nephew Harry, no problem at all. I could swing them like that. In fact, I've got a little video to show you that I forgot to show you weeks ago. It's coming up in just a moment, so hang around for that. And I used to swing them like this. It was called, I named it Tock. Tock. So I'd pick one arm up, so they'd be like that, right? One arm like that on their side, and I'd pick up their arm and their leg, and I'd literally swing them from side to side. And they loved it. Called Tock. If you're with us right at the very beginning of the show, when the countdown thing is happening and the diamond, you know, the diamond that goes like that, you will know that Tock, because there's 2 of the little ones on there being tick-tocked. Emily, unfortunately, she can't do that. Or at least she wasn't able to then, because her arm literally comes out of her socket and then she ends up in great pain and has to go down to Tock hospital and have it put back in again. I think that's happened not with me, but 3 times. So I have to be very, very careful when I'm picking her up and throwing her up in the air and around the room. She likes that. You know. Why is it children like to be thrown around places? So I can't do that with her, but I lift her up by the waist, you see, and I kind of do that. And she understands that she can't have that done. Shall I run that little video now? So you know that TikTok at the beginning, I have updated it. I did do this a few weeks ago, and I've been meaning to show it to you. So here is the latest TikTok videos. Hello. I'm at my nephew's house at the moment. This is Evie. Now, you may, if you're up early enough, that's Harry as well. If you're up early enough in the morning, when we do our opening video, you know the little bit with the diamonds going around and all that business, and you'll see a little thing called TikTok, which, how old were you when we did that?
I think I was about 4 years old.
It's about 4 years old. Was it 4 or 5? I think it was earlier than that. I think we're probably about 4. Hello? Hello? You'll have your turn in a minute. Oh dear. Now, how old are you now?
6.
6. I reckon you were about 3 when I did that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are now going to update the TikTok. You know what TikTok is? This is TikTok. Down you get right on the floor. TikTok now. Tick. Oh, you're a bit heavier now. I might let go accidentally. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. Tick. Oh dear. Oh. That might be the last time you get that.
So now my brother's
Is it your turn, evil one?
Now Harry's going to have a turn.
I'll catch you tomorrow. In a bit.
Ready, Harry?
Now Harry's going to have a turn.
Right, here we go then. One leg. Oh, that's better. Ready? Let's say it with me. You ready? And go. Tick.
Tock.
Tick. Get out of the way, Evie. Get out of the way. Hello? Hello? You've had your star moment, dear. That was it. That was it. Ready? Down you get. Do it again. Right. Here we go. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. Tick. Hold on, Harry. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. You're going to do me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Come on in. Come on in. You get my leg. That's it. Lift me up. Lift me. Lift me. Hello. Lift. Tick tock. Hello. I don't think that's going to work. Is it trying to pick me up? Yes, that's what we do on this programme, boys and girls. We are experts in child cruelty on this programme. That is the latest TikTok videos. Great nephew Harry and great nephew Evie there, boys and girls, which I will be installing onto the new Diamond video when I eventually get round to about time I updated that, all right? I'll come to your messages in a few moments, just to let you know that yesterday, after I visited him, I went round to my mate's house, got the chips, £5.40 for 2 portions. Outrageous. We went round to his house, had chips, he did just some baked beans, and then we watched Star Trek, or at least I tried to watch Star Trek. Unfortunately, I cannot hear my mate's television. It's something, they're used to it. Him and his other half are used to it. They hear it perfectly. I cannot pick out the vocals. So as soon as and the sound goes up and down on its own on this bloody television. It's a sound bar. I have the same problem with mine, to be honest, but I seem to have roughly got it as I can hear it okay now. But it's the talking. If there's talking and suddenly music comes on, the talking seems to drop, the music gets louder, and you cannot pick out what they're saying. And I always come out of there now, out of my mate's house, and I feel, I don't know, it just annoys me that I cannot hear. So I had to come back here and I watched it again. I've watched about almost all of it now, and I could hear what was going on there. So that's the new Star Trek Discovery, which I highly recommend if you've not seen that yet. Available on Netflix here in the UK. And that's it. My mate's cat is much better now. He's walking around. He's a very nervous cat now, though. A little bit of noise and he runs up the stairs. This is the one that had the brain tumour and they spent £8,000 in the vet. The cat don't know how lucky it is. Most people would have, dare I say it, you know what I mean, without insurance. But they've been able to do it, and they've claimed some of the money back of insurance. I think they've got about £5,000 back so far. So really, that that poor little cat's cost them £3,000. But it is a very nervous cat now. But if you just stop, you don't go to it. You know, you sit there and you put your hand down and you wait for it, and it comes over and it will allow you to stroke it. Bless him, lucky cat. So that was it. And then at night time, my mate rung up again. They had discharged him, so I met him at the hospital in Reading. A much easier journey, of course, at night time. This would be about 10 o'clock, so I've gone swimming. And as I come back to swimming pool, I was going to mate number 2's house, my best mate's house. And on the way there, the phone rang, and it was the other one saying he's been discharged. Could I give him a lift to London? So I said yes. So I drove past my mate's house and rung him, said I couldn't come, went to the Reading Hospital and I gave him a lift back to London. On the way, we stopped at Five Guys. Well, I haven't been to Five Guys for months. Last year was the last time I went to Five Guys in King's Cross. And honestly, that was an arm and a leg as well. How much is that in there? I had a mushroom burger. He had a normal cheeseburger, 2 medium chips. Okay, and to be fair to Five Guys, they give you a lot of chips. You get a lot of chips. I like the Cajun fries. I think the Cajun fries. 2 milkshakes and a Coke. £38. I kid you not. £38. Don't you think that's a lot for burger and chips? 2 burgers, 2 lots of chips, 2 milkshakes and a Coke. £38. Gosh. I nearly fell on the floor when they told me that. So I shan't be going back there again. I don't mind paying for stuff. But burger and chips, please. Well, yes, it was very nice. Were we hungry afterwards? No. Large portions. But still, £38 is a lot of money. Dropped him home. He lives in Shoreditch. That's a bit of a maze as well, going in and out the houses down there. Shoreditch, he lives in London. And then I drove back and I got back here. I think I had a cup of tea. Watched the end of the Star Trek Discovery and went to bed about later than normal on during the week. About 1:45. That's when I went to bed last night. So that was my day yesterday. Busy, busy, busy. And that's how we like to be busy. I can't be hanging around doing nothing. I must be busy. So there was my day yesterday. Right, let's say hello to some of you this morning, boys and girls. Who is in the house? Morning to Adam the Plumber, joining us on Facebook Live. Good morning to Chris Manzar, Michael Lawrence. Yes, Adam, you are top again. I don't know about the word top, but yes, you were first today, Adam. Good morning. Michael Pullman's there in Australia. Hello to Dale Headley. Morning, Dale. All right, Dale. Hope you're well, my friend. Mike Reese Ponto. A morning to you, sir. Miriam Powell. Good morning, Miriam. Morning, Miriam. Kim Witt is in the house. Katie Ann Patterson. Hello to you. David Wilson Boyer is over there in Switzerland, looking after all our money. All our money in Switzerland. Hello on YouTube to Joanna. Good morning, Joanna. Ray Reynolds is in the house. Good day, mate. It's the first day of autumn in Australia. It certainly is. They don't get autumns like us. There won't be any snow in Australia. Apparently, there's going to be a bit of snow round here. You know, terrible weather on the way, yeah, for probably about 2 days. Or 1 day, more likely. It won't be laying on the ground forever. Don't worry about that. A little bit of snow. Don't even worry about it, gang. Good morning to the lovely Lee Gasson, who's in a drizzly Fort William in Scotland. Well, it's not Scottish today. It's Welsh Day today. St. David's Day. Wales, Wales, la da 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 ba 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 ba. What's that Made in Wales one? Made in Wales. That's a hymn as well, isn't it? That one. It'll come to me later. Someone perhaps can remember what that one's called. Hello to Tommy Flynn. Morning, young Tommy. Over there on the YouTube. Mark Jones is in the house from me and Lily the cat. He recently adopted a cat. How nice is that? A rescue cat. I like that. Adopting rescue. And I think I should have a selection of rescue animals in the garden. Horses, cats, dogs, mice, rats, everything in my garden. Won't be anything left of the plants, will there? Sheep, bear. Lambs, bear. I don't understand people with lambs. You know, they go and take their oh, let's go and look at the little lambs. Oh, look at the little lambs. Sunday comes, they've knifed one in the back and they're sitting there eating it on the table. That's how much they like lambs. Ghastly people, dear. Ghastly. Morning to Maureen. Texting in this morning. Good morning. There's a text number up there as well, gang, if you want to use that. If you can't get to a keyboard, okay, that. It's like the Rivi, what's that RFI? Like the RFI in Newcastle. I don't know what the RFI is. RVI is. What's the RVI in Newcastle? Are you up in Newcastle at the moment, Dow? I can't remember now. Michael, first day of autumn, watching Better Homes and Gardens on TV, showing the gardens of 10 Downing Street. Yeah, I'd like to go there. I'd like to have a cup of tea with our leader, Theresa May. I think we'd have a nice chat. Not just politics, about her life as a girl and all that. I'd like to know all about Theresa May, I would. Katie's watching 40 Towers. What, at the same time as I'm doing this? How rude. There used to be a hotel, I think it closed recently actually, where you could be treated. It was made like 40 Towers, and you were treated just like the customers of 40 Towers were treated by their staff. I can't remember what it's called now. I think it closed sort of last year or the year before. Morning to Mr. Gregorian, Pinch and Punch. First day of the month. It certainly is, sir. It certainly is. Wayne's in the house, a resident bus driver. Good morning, Wayne. Joanna. Good morning, young Joanna. Large chips here is $5. So that's in $5. Well, that's about comparable to our price, I think. £2.70. I thought it was dear for a large chips. £2.70. A Wayne chips. I've just done a little weigh-in this morning as well. Yeah, I'm 13 stone, 4.6 pounds. So that's gone up £3 this week. It's not good, is it? Not good. I think I wonder how much of that was the big chips yesterday, and the Five Guys. I wonder how much of that extra. Did I say £3? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, £3. It's gone up £3 this week. And I wonder how much of that was. I won't be able to get the jeans on soon. Honestly, I cannot get back into this weight loss thing again. I cannot get back. I don't know why. I'm trying. I certainly don't eat stuff between meals. Very rare. Now and again, I have a Greg's vegan sausage roll. That's about it. You know, I'm not. You know, after now, When I go up the swimming pool, I won't have a bag of crisps as I'm going up there or one as I'm coming back or anything like that. I just come and have my dinner. Generally, it's 3 meals a day. Generally. A little bit of ice cream here and there, but it seems that those little extra bits do make all the difference. Oh, I don't know, dear. The weird thing is, I'm not particularly that bothered, except that really, I have one pair of jeans I can put on now, on the new jeans that I bought when I'd lost the weight. None of the others will do up, and they're painful. If I have to go up a size to the ones I had before, which I've still got, they just look terrible on me. They don't fit. They look awful, because my weight is all around my waist. It's all around my waist, my weight. Michael paid $8 for a large chips the other day. That's a lot. $8 for chips. My God. I had to make your own. Make your own. I'm glad you enjoyed our little video of the children, you know, being abused there. They love it. I could just about lift up the girl now. Because, of course, that's 3 years. I think that's 3 or 4 years has passed since I made that original one. And they are now. And, of course, they're bigger. They're not fat. They're just bigger children. And I won't be able to do it next time. You see when they try to pick me up. No chance, mate. No chance at all. Michael, I'm okay. I'm glad poor old Michael's missing the warm sun. So am I, mate. So am I. Oh, it's really dreary out there this morning. Yesterday, we had some really heavy rain yesterday. Anyone get the heavy rain yesterday? Wayne says, you've got DJ hearing. I've got it too. Any background noise? I can't hear voices well. That's exactly it, Wayne. I don't seem to have a problem hearing. Okay? I certainly hear little noises at night. I can hear stuff. I had my hearing tested, and it was all right a couple of years ago. But I have trouble separating voices from background noise. That is exactly what I've got there. And you go around to people's houses and they won't bloody well turn the telly up. They won't turn the telly up. Can you turn... Well, can't you hear it? No, I can't hear it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be... Can you just turn it up a little? Well, just a little bit. It's very loud. That's all right. Fine, I'll go and watch my own bloody telly. Turn it up as loud as I want. I hate that. I hate not being able to hear the telly. It's so annoying. Chris, Five Guys here is expensive too. It's an expensive place, Five Guys. The food is nice. You can't fault the food. The staff are always very happy. And it's very clean in there. Everything tastes nice. Decent portions. But very expensive. It's not somewhere you could go. I looked around and there was a lot of young people in there. You know, these are the people, oh, we got no money. Got no money. There's stuff in there with young people. Stuffed in there. Having burgers and chips and things. £38, but Five Guys is good. Yes, it is, Wayne. There's one in Reading as well, isn't there? There is one in the Oracle. Welcome to the Oracle. All praise to the great Oracle. Oh, I've had my pills. Yes, I did. I had them before I started this morning. Morning to Russ Philip Vernon. Good morning, Mus. Timmy Thomas is in the house. Good morning, Timmy. I hope your day went okay, Timmy. Thank you for your message there. A happy St. David's Day from a beautiful but chilly Brecon Beacons in South Wales. Under the Welsh in the valley. Is it a valley this morning? In the valley. I love beautiful parts of Wales. I went out with someone from Newport. Yeah, that was an experience. He wouldn't come out late at night. It was so dangerous there. And they had a chip shop opposite him, actually. Yeah, that was a nice place. Not really. No, it wasn't a nice place. Hello to Matty James Perrin. Can you ask me something? Yes, ask me anything you want, Matty. What do you want to ask? Ask whatever you want, sir. Rob Shaggy Kershaw. Good morning, Rob. Wayne says keeping weight off is very hard. Yes, it is. And losing it is hard as well. Once you're into the rhythm, it falls off. I cannot get back into that rhythm again at the moment, unfortunately. Are you talking to Rob says, how unsociable, Chris. You don't go around to people's houses to watch TV. They do right in turning it down, talk to each other. But they've got nothing to say. Nothing of interest, unfortunately. I often find that with people, they have nothing of interest to say whatsoever. All right, is that everyone's messages we got through there? I don't like to miss anything out, gang. Oh, what's that? Millions of homes or something there. Oh, no, that first day of autumn there. We've done that. Good. Don't forget, you can text in as well if you've got a text-in number. Simon's back with us. Now, I said to you the other day, the funny thing is, whenever I think about someone who I haven't seen or heard from a while, they suddenly walk back into your life again, don't they? Have you noticed that? The same thing happened just a couple of was it Mondays or Fridays? Doesn't matter. With two delightful friends of mine, Sheila and Shirley. Two lovely ladies. One's very tall and one's very short, who used to come to Belusi's karaoke in London Bridge. I haven't seen them for about 2 years. And then the next day they walked into the pub to sing us songs, and I was so pleased to sing them because they're such a lovely couple. Well, I mentioned to you the other day that we hadn't heard from Simon for a while, have we? Simon Keane, who had a job in Alton Towers. I think the job stops for a while, in the winter and all that business. But he's just sent in a message this morning. He says, so Chop Chop, who do you prefer? Right, here's a question for you, boys and girls. Who do you prefer? A, Justin Bieber. B, No Direction. C, Little Mix. Or D, music. Very good, Simon. Simon is the king of the jokes, isn't he? Thank you very much, Simon. He also says, it has emerged today that there has been a spelling mistake in one of Whitney Houston's songs. Apparently, it was supposed to say, I will always love, ooh, E-W-E, which will explain her hit 6 years later, but it's not right, it's okay. What else has he got here? The band, who are at Wembley Stadium this year in concert, performing their classic hits, Substitutes. Who are ya? Who are ya? Pinball Wizard of the Dribble, Stan Matthews. And that famous track, Won't Get Fouled Again. Thank you, Simon. Nice to hear from you. Are you working again? Are you doing another job now? Are you back at Alton Towers? Simon used to do karaoke nights up north in Stoke, but he got fed up doing it because people just didn't want to be entertained, basically. All they could do was find fault all the time. There are people like that, or they just look for faults all the time, don't they? Katie replies, Little Mix. Do you like Little Mix, do you? I think they're one of the worst, the ugliest girl bands there's ever been. They're not even pretty. You want something to look at on the telly. You don't want normal people like you see out in the street, do you? You want people that look fantastic and have got wonderful personalities, like me. When you turn on this thing, if you saw someone old and ugly, with nothing much to say, you wouldn't watch, would you? On the other hand, people do watch Gemma Collins, so maybe that's not quite true. Don't know. Yeah, Russ, you like Little Mix, don't you? Russ says Little Mix. Good morning, Sharon Stones, you lovely, lovely lady. That's one of my favourite people. She used to come into the Black Cap, and we had a whale of a time in there, let me tell you. A whale of a time when I worked in a Black Cap in Camden Town. Sharon says, hi, Chris, stuck in my hotel room with the doghouse. Got flooded and electrics blew up, so I thought I'd listen to you. Is that the only reason you're listening? 'Cause you're bored? How rude are you? Most people here, they make a point of being here every morning, Sharon. Not just when they're bored. How rude. Is Paris with you as well? Your daughter? Sharon. You haven't been... Did you get up at night time and wee accidentally on your electrics and they blew up? Is that what really happened, love? Did you leave the bath running? I didn't know you did that. Bath. Morning, Sharon. Hope you get your electrics sorted out, okay? Adam says, the other day you talked about people not calling of talking to you. Well, I've just had a clear out and I feel good. Yeah, I wonder why I hadn't heard from you, Adam. Don't forget that, gang. Go for your mobile phone. This will make you feel really good, okay? This will make you feel really good. Go through your mobile phone, right? And delete the people that never have called you in time. Okay? That's up to you how long. I would say a year. Is there anyone on... Not you called them. Okay, you might call them every day. Have they ever called you? Obviously not family. Right? Have they ever called you? Go through that list and you say, oh, I am always calling them. They never call me. Oh, or they're too busy. You know that one. Oh, you haven't called me. I've been really, really busy. I'm so sorry. You know how it is. I'm really... Delete them. Get rid of them. I did this the other day, and I feel fantastic about it. When I say delete them, remove them completely from your phone. Then you won't be tempted to ring them again. And you won't remember the number. And it's funny, years ago, we used to know off by heart everyone's phone number, didn't we? We used to know it. Now we don't know. We only know the names on the phones. If you lose your phone and the next phone hasn't got those numbers on it, you've had it, mate. You'll never be able to call anyone again. So take a note of this number. You will feel fantastic. Do it, okay? Pick up your mobile phone and delete the people who haven't called you for 1 year and over. You may want to keep in contact with them. Do they really want to keep in contact with you? Of course they don't. Otherwise they would have rung you. They would have rung you. I had it. And I won't delete this particular person. But I had it a while ago. And I stopped ringing. I thought, I wonder. So I stopped ringing. A year later, I rang again. Right? And you know what they said? Oh, we were wondering what happened to you. We hadn't heard from you for a while. Well, why didn't you pick the phone up then? See, it's pointless. No point in ringing anyone who doesn't ring you. You're making the effort all the time. Delete them and be done with it. Absolutely. I did it the other day. I felt fantastic after doing that, and I still do. Michael, good morning, Michael. He said, I did the other day, wiped out some contacts and Facebook friends. Well, you can do it on the Facebook as well if you want to. Although that to me isn't as important as the phone, really. I mean, the thing is, with my Facebook, I use mine to do the shows as well. There's lots of people on there who probably watch this, and we don't communicate. We don't ring each other. You know, it's it's like doing the show with people joining in. You know what I mean? So that doesn't bother me so much. But again, if you only use your Facebook for family and close friends and no one messages you, do the same on there as well. I don't see why not. Michael says, I did some yesterday. I couldn't be more happier. See, Michael's done it. Get rid of them. Why do you need those people in your life? You don't. Adam says, no, my life would not be worth living if I could not talk to you and watch you on an almost daily basis. Oh, I like it. I know how you feel, Adam. If I wasn't sitting here doing my shows, looking at myself and listening to myself, I'd be absolutely distraught. I really would. I really would. Hello to Katie. My phone would be empty. That's fine, Katie. Empty it. Find some new friends who want to talk to you, who will make the time and effort to talk to you. It really used to do me in. It did. Oh, I better ring them. They haven't rung me again. And you'd make the call, and it would be quite a nice conversation. Wouldn't be any sort of, nastiness or anything. But the fact is, you've rung them again. Why? Why bother? They ain't got time to ring you. Don't bother with them. Let's have a look there. There's someone else saying Little Mix there. Katie prefers music rather than that lot. Was it Katie? Sorry. No, Katie said Little Mix. Someone said music there. Did I miss it out? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Sorry. Where's the YouTube people gone? You've all disappeared from me. There we are. Got it back. Where is Yeah, Joanna loves music. Well, don't worry, Joanna. There'll be some music for you soon, when I sing. Yes. When I sing, all singing now that I do is especially for Joanna because she loves to hear me sing, don't you, Joanna? Yes, morning to Paul and Lou. Late again. You're just never there anymore, Paul and Lou. Very disappointing. And you're a moderator on YouTube. What if someone is vile and nasty to me? I've got no one to protect me anymore. Was all right, the Black Cat. I was surrounded by wonderful lesbians who would jump into action if any trouble took place. Got no one here. Used to be you. You think you can rely on people, honestly, dear. Paula, very, very disappointed. To my disappointed look. Very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. Where are we now? And you're talking to each other. Paul and Lou says, I'm having a YouTube channel, Cull. Oh, wait a minute. Good morning to Glenda in Pittsburgh, USA. Are you ready for this, Joanna? This is a request for me to sing. Look, I prove it. just in case. Oh, you can't. Can you? Oh, can you see that or not? You can't see that, can you? Glenberg, Pittsburgh, USA has requested me to sing "Love Is in the Air" this morning. Look at that. I might do that, Glenda. I might just do that. All right. Good. Here's some stories then. Now, I'm very disappointed at the Queen, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. She looks like she's been kicking the hell out of her family again. Now, she does, I have heard, now don't quote me on this, I have heard that she does do this on a regular basis to knock them into shape. I mean, that Thomas Markle needs to watch out, dear, if he ever comes to meet with the Queen. You can understand kind of why she don't want to meet him, can't you? I mean, he's just horrible, he is. Fancy saying all those things in a paper about his daughter. But if you had a child, and I've said this before, if you had a child, okay, a grown-up child, and you weren't talking, would you go to the paper and report it? No, you wouldn't. That man has no scruples whatsoever. It's all about attention. Him and his other daughter, her sister. Just leave her alone, for Christ's sake. I'm not sure about Meghan, but that's neither here nor there. You know, if I had a child who absolutely hated me and said lots of things nasty about me and all this, that and the other on the telly, I wouldn't then go to the telly and do the same back to them. But she hasn't done that. She's just made no contact. He's in the back. Oh, I'm really sorry. My daughter won't talk to me. It's made me very, very unhappy. How awful are you? To be like that to your own child is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Richard J. Pate. A very good morning to Richard, who's watching the show this morning. Where are you, Richard? Do let us know. Anyway, the Queen looks like she's been beating up some people. Here we go in the Daily Mail this morning. The Queen has sparked health concerns, boys and girls, after she was photographed with what appeared to be a purple hand at Buckingham Palace. A purple, it was either that or the ink spilt over her hand when she's doing her stampings. You know, she probably reads the letter. Does she read the letters personally? She gets her special stamp, which might be purple ink. You don't know. It might have gone all over her hand. On the other hand, she might have been whacking old Philip round the face for that little accident that he had. Poor old chap. Anyway, the 92-year-old Queen was pictured smiling in the Daily Mail this morning as she joined with the lovely Princess Anne, we like her, to host King Abdullah, Queen Rania and Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan yesterday. Well, I wonder how much they had to shell out for that one. Dear me. Did they go to Five Guys, I wonder? Can you imagine that? Sitting there in McDonald's or Five Guys and suddenly the Queen walks in. Burger and chips, please. How much? He'd go, wouldn't you? How much? Oh dear. One eagle-eyed Twitter users noticed that Her Majesty's left hand seemed bruised or otherwise injured as she posed for official photographs in London. Wouldn't it be funny now, right, if they do a news article and Prince Philip comes on there and he's got a black eye? We would know then. Philip! Royal fan Tracy Edgar tweeted, "I'm concerned. Why does she have such a terrible bruise on her left hand? Because she's been kicking the hell out of Philip. That's why. For driving badly. That's why. Did I miss something? But as always, she looks stunning." She does. She looks fantastic, the Queen, doesn't she? How does she do that? Someone else said the lady is 92. At that age, any little knock, unfortunately, turns in to what can look like severe bruises. The Queen is rather fab, though, isn't she? Yes, she is. We love the Queen. I won't have anything set badly. Get these anti-royalists, didn't you? There's a lot of them on LBC, actually. Anti-royalists on LBC. Oh, we don't need the Queen. We don't want the Queen and all this. Oh, you sad old characters they are. What it is they're jealous. They're jealous. There's Nick Abbott, who's on LBC. He'll be on tonight. He's quite a good listen, as long as he don't start going on about Trump and Brexit all the time. He's obsessed with Trump and Brexit. The other night on the way home, I think it was a Friday night, either last week or the week before, he decided to do a show without Brexit. It was fantastic. And he has some very good callers call in sometimes. But he gets this thing on and on and on about Brexit and Trump. And in the end, I just turn over to Classic FM or something like that. Oh, incidentally, if you're into classical music, there's a brand new radio station. I think it starts on Monday. You'll get it on DAB and online as well. It's not on FM, but I think it's national on DAB here in the UK. If you're outside the UK, pick it up on the internet. Scala Radio, Scala. It's a classical music station, but it's brand new. And a lot of the DJs on there are pop DJs who have come across one from Radio 2 and various other places like that who have done pop music. And they say it's going to be something like we've never heard before. So I'm guessing they're going to do a classical music station like a pop music station. They're going to try and pull it together like that, perhaps with jingles, little stories in between, like they do on pop radio, or they used to do on pop radio anyway. Not so much with the global and the blooming Boya, whatever they're called. So I will give that a listen, and it remains to be seen how that turns out. We have 2 classical music stations already here in the UK. BBC Radio 3, which is very highbrow, but popular. And we have Classic FM, which is all right, but I find it a bit too laid back, especially at night time. I've mentioned before Katie Braithwaite, something like that, who's perfectly all right, she's okay, but she's just a little bit too laid back for me. A very good evening to you. It's Katie Braithwaite here, welcoming you to Saturday nights here on Classic FM, and we've got some gorgeous tunes coming up for you. We have Mozart's Piano Concerto No. 5, and one of my favourites of all time, The Master Singers of Nuremberg by Wagner. All coming up later on the Katie Braithwaite show. And I'm thinking, oh, for God's sake, woman, get a bit of life. She wants a bleeding bomb up her arse to get her moving. But no, she's perfectly all right. It's just not it's too laid back for me. And I'm thinking that the new Scala Radio is going to be much more upbeat with classical music, but more upbeat. And I know they've got a show on there that is going to play games music. Now, this is computer games. I'm not a computer game fan, never really have been. I kind of stopped at Pac-Man. After that, I thought, I can't be bothered with all this moving of buttons and and that's all it is, basically, isn't it? And it's very expensive if you want to buy computer games. Oh, my word. 60, 70 quid for a computer game? Wow, it's expensive. I never really got into that, but I've been made aware that there are some wonderful classical type compositions that are used on computer games, and they're going to play some of those things on that station. I think they're going to have a movie show where they play some wonderful classical music. One of the best pieces of classical music I thought was The Great Escape. Now, Scala Radio, they are doing testing at the moment, so they're playing like constant music. And last night I was listening on the way home from dropping my mate off. They played the theme music to The Great Escape. Do da 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 da. And I thought, yeah, I'm having some of this. And then they played the other day the theme music to Star Trek. The very first Star Trek film, the one with Vija, which of course was Voyager. Do you remember that? Star Trek, the motion picture, the very first one with Captain Kirk and all that, which is years old now. And I always thought that music on that was good. And years later, they used that as the theme music for the series Star Trek The Next Generation. So interesting to see how that goes. It starts on Monday. They got test transmissions at the moment, which basically means they're just playing music with little announcements in the middle telling you it's going to start on Monday. And that is Scala Radio. Have a look on DAB. You might have to retune your DABs. Do you know how to do that? You've got to do a rescan. It'll be somewhere in the menu. All radios are different. Somewhere in the menu, just push the button for a rescan and it should find that. And it's for those of you that are technical minded, it's on the SDL National network of DAB transmitters. Simon Mayo, thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tommy. Simon Mayo, yes, from Radio 2's going to be on there. It'd be interesting. I'm not massively into classical music. However, I do have it on sometimes. I have on sometimes Classic FM, until her voice starts getting on my nerves. I do have it on sometimes, but I have a feeling it's just going to be playing really popular classical music, stuff that we would already know, maybe from adverts, the old Hovis advert. And yeah, I can be having some of that. I can be having some of that. My best mate, he loves classical music. He's got it on in the car all the time. Classic FM and, well, just Classic FM he has. But I can switch between Classic FM and Kiss. It's great to have a very broad knowledge of music, really. Years ago, I used to go to this club called Turnmills. I'm sure you went, Tommy, as well, to trade. And that was banging hard house music. I mean, banging. Bam, 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 bam. Boom, bam. I used to dance all night to that. Got in the car. On the way home, I'd have ABBA on. I couldn't stand to listen to that music anymore. Funny enough, you'd go to what was called a chill-out party. So after the nightclub, you'd all go round to someone's house and we'd all sit there, all off our heads, like that. This is in the 90s. And often we wouldn't have on that banging music. We'd have something else on there. Katie says the Queen was an amazing horse rider in her day. Yes, indeed she was. She owns racehorses as well, doesn't she? Richard is in Haslingden. Haslingden. Where is that, Richard? Is that in... Is that a Lincolnshire place? Haslingden. I've not heard of that. Not heard of Haslingden. Thank you. Katie, are you swearing? Oh, possibly. Possibly. I just let myself go sometimes. I just don't, as you can see. I've let myself go over the years, Katie. My hubby would listen to classical music as well, yes. There is some lovely pieces. What was the tune they used to play in Butterflies? Now, let me try and get it in my head. If I can sing. Here it comes. La, 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 la. La 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 la. That one. Do you remember that one? Oh, beautiful classical pieces. And if they're going to do it as a pop station, it'd be really interesting to see how that comes across. I'm looking forward to that, and it starts on Monday. Michael, yes, I have to Turnmills trade. What a great loss. Oh, what Turnmills? Yeah, it's just a block of flats now, isn't it? Flats and offices. Oh, that was a great loss. That was. Right now. Should we do the birthdays first or the song first? What would you like? Should we do the birthdays first? Let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Friday, the 1st of March, 2019 to Jake Pierce. Morning, Jake. I haven't seen you for a couple of years. 43 years old today. Good morning, Jake. Happy birthday to you. Daniel Wasley Day. Good morning, Daniel. 32 years old on this Friday. David Welton Eastham is 29 today. Good morning, David. Happy birthday. Nigel John Harris. Good morning, Nigel. Happy birthday, Nigel. All right, Nigel. Theo Cotts. Good morning, Theo. David McGow is a birthday today. Bertie Fox is 47. Robert O'Neill. Happy birthday, Robert. I love the lady. I think you've got notes in that. That's a great picture, that is. You guys and the little notes going across the bottom there. Darron Harold. Morning, Darron. Morning. Happy birthday, Darron. Sean Stribling's birthday today. And George Hicks, who's a great performer. Good morning, George, who's 29 years old today. So happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Have a nice birthday, boys and girls. Now, tonight, just before I sing for you this morning, tonight, I'm getting very excited now, aren't you? I can tell. Tonight is karaoke. There we are. It is at, one moment please, there we are, with our new Friday night poster. It's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Okay? Starts at 8:30 and goes right the way through until midnight tonight. So if you want to join us there, be lovely to you. You'll see some wonderful people there. We are very, very busy on a Friday now. Okay? Lots of, how can you put it, non-karaoke young people in there who all like to come and have a go as well. So if you're coming tonight, there we are. Friday night karaoke at Central Station, 37 Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, starting at 8:30. Pete says it's a wet day today and it's carnival weekend. Gonna be wet, hung and muscled guys on the streets instead of the shiny oily ones. Shiny and oily, is that you? Shiny and oily? I doubt that very much. Joanna's getting ready for the song. She's very, very excited, I can tell this morning. Can't you? Paul and Lou, that was Simon Bates' Our Tune. Can you remember that, Chris, on Radio 1? Yes, Our Tune. La, 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 la. And I think it might not have been the tune they used in Butterflies, actually. I can't remember the Butterflies one. I'll have to look that up. Okay, then, specially requested from Glenda in Pittsburgh, USA. It's time, boys and girls, for a song this morning. Here we go. Love's in the air, everywhere I look around. Oh yeah, baby. Love's in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but there's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Love's in the air, in the whisper of the trees. Love's in the air, in the thunder of the seas. And I don't know if I'm just dreaming, don't know if I feel sane, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I call out your name. Yeah, baby! Love's in the air, love's in the air. Oh, oh, oh. Love's in the air, in the rising of the sun. The sun is rising, love's in the air, when the day is nearly done. And I don't know if you're an illusion, don't know if I see it true, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I reach out for you, for you. Love's in the air, everywhere I look around. Love's in the air, every sight and every sound. And I don't know if I'm being foolish, don't know if I'm being wise, but it's something that I must believe in, and it's there when I look in your eyes. Look, I'm a Momo. Is it a Mimo? A Momo? Something like that. Momo? Mimo? Yeah! Love's in the air. Love's in the air. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Love's in the air. Love's in the air. Oh, oh, oh. Have we run out of verses? How disappointed. We've run out of verses, boys and girls. I could have gone another 10 verses or something like that. How disappointing we run out of... How rude. Claire has just popped up on YouTube. You're a bit late, aren't you, my love? What a bad time to arrive. How rude. How rude. A bad time to arrive when I'm in full flow of my singing. Rude, dear. Very disappointing, Claire. You'll be at the back of the queue tonight if you turn up at the karaoke, my love. Michael wants to know where his earplugs are. I'll plug your ears, all right? Don't worry about that. Paul and Lou has had to mute the programme now. The dogs have started to howl. Oh! Oh! Here, shall I upset some of you today? Some of you with a certain piece of technology in your house. Ready? Alexis, play Love is in the Air. John Paul Young. Has that started any of your gadgets off? That's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us. A pleasure to talk to you on this Friday, the 1st of March, 2019. Take one final look at our winter backdrop. Okay, there'll be a new one up there tomorrow morning. Look at that, the trees, the snow. Although the snow might be on its way, don't worry too much about it. You might get a day of snow and then it'll be all right again. You know that. Claire, oh, too late, Claire. You've upset me now, dear. Sorry, Claire. It was enchanting, but a bit of a surprise. Enchanting. David Wilson Boyer, his dogs are howling. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Look, it's 20 to 11. I must get up that swimming pool. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. Thanks ever so much for watching and listening to the show. And hopefully I'll see you again at some time tomorrow. Take care now. Bye-bye.